Guys, I do have a Tuesday morning editorial for you, and you're going to love this one. You're going to absolutely love this one. I don't know what law enforcement agencies think when they recruit police officers or when they bring new employees into their department. What goes through their freaking mind? Like, can we find the most heinous, evil motherfucker to put on the force? Let's just find him. He's out there. Or she's out there. Because, by the way, that female police officer in Texas that went to the wrong apartment and shot the black man is now going on trial. So, I mean, what is going through these people's minds when they hire these cops? I don't get it. We're going to go to Orlando, Florida, and we're going to talk about a cop. So you're going to know what I'm talking about when I get done here. A reserve officer with the Orlando Police Department in Florida was terminated Monday after he arrested two 6-year-old children last week without the proper approval, Chief Orlando Rolón said. The 6-year-olds, one boy and one girl, faced misdemeanor battery charges but will not be prosecuted. Aramis Ayala, the state attorney who serves Orange County, Florida, said at a news conference on Monday. The state attorney's office never intended to prosecute the children but could not dismiss the girl's charges until Monday, Ms. Ayala said. The boy's charges will be dismissed once his case number is assigned, she added. Ms. Ayala said, quote, I refuse to knowingly play any role in the school-to-prison pipeline at any age. These very young children are to be protected, nurtured, disciplined in a manner that does not rely on the criminal justice system to do it. The authorities have not released the children's names. That's okay. But Marilyn Kirkland told local television station WKMG that her 6-year-old granddaughter, Kaya, had been arrested after having a tantrum in which she kicked a school staff member. Chief Rolón said, I was sick to my stomach when I heard this. We could not fathom the idea of a 6-year-old being put in the back of a police car. Dennis Turner was working as a school resource officer at Lucius and Emma Nixon Academy, a charter school that serves students from kindergarten through 5th grade, when he arrested the children in separate incidents on Thursday. He was assigned to the Reserve Officer Program, which is made up of retired officers, the Orlando Sentinel reported. Officer Turner arrested the children despite the principal's request not to do so, Sean Arnold, the school's lawyer, said in a statement. Departmental policy requires officers to get a supervisor's approval when arresting anyone under the age of 12, which Officer Turner failed to do so in both arrests. So this is long. I'm going to keep going here, but there may be very few, if any, pictures after this because I'm just going to run through this for you real quick. This cop, man, he arrested two 6-year-olds for misdemeanor battery charges because one of the 6-year-olds threw a tantrum and kicked a staff member. Boo effing who. That's what kids do. When I was a kid, we got in a fight, went to the principal's office. You got smacked with a paddle and you got sent back to class. Or you got sent home and suspended for 3 days. You didn't get arrested, put in the police car, and taken to jail. Nowadays, you punch a kid, you're going to jail. Assault and battery. When I was a kid, you fought, and the next day you came to school, and I go, dude, you got a black eye. You got a bloody nose. I'll beat your ass. Yeah, you laughed about it, and then you guys went and played kickball. Today, they go to juvenile hall just for punching somebody. Well, that's battery. That's assault. When I was a kid, it was called fighting. So police officials said Sunday that Officer Turner had been suspended immediately after the two arrests, pending an investigation into his actions. Officer Turner served on the police force for 23 years, here we go, and retired in June 2018, according to the department. He was charged with aggravated child abuse in 1998 in connection with his 7-year-old son. He's got anger management problems right there. The Orlando Sentinel reported he was suspended pending the result of an investigation. The Sentinel reported, but the outcome of the case was unclear on Monday. In 2016, Officer Turner was reprimanded for using excessive force after stunning a man 5 times with a taser during an arrest, the newspaper reported. Officer Turner did not respond to calls requesting comment on Monday. At a news conference on Monday, Chief Rolón said that he did not speak with Officer Turner directly, but that an investigation into his conduct would continue despite his termination. The police chief acknowledged that the children's arrest had damaged the trust between the community and its officers. Yes, those two 6-year-old kids are never going to trust the police again. When they see uniformed police officers, they're going to go, oh my God, it's the make the bad man go away. That's what they're going to do for the rest of their lives, for at least the next 3 years. These kids, every time they see a cop, they're going to be traumatized and think, oh my God, I better act nice or I'm going to go in the back of a police car. Yeah, this guy has totally ruined what those two kids now think of police officers. Good job, buddy. Of course, that's what cops do. Chief Roland said, quote, on behalf of myself and the entire Orlando Police Department, I apologize to the children involved and their families, he said. Miss Ayala, the state attorney, said that this was not the first time she had seen a 6-year-old arrested. Florida leads the nation in juvenile arrests, and Orange County leads the state, she said. This is not a reflection of the children, but more of a reflection of a broken system that needs reform. Walter Gilliam, a professor of child psychiatry and psychology at the Yale University Child Studies Center, said the idea of arresting any child at 6 years old was ludicrous. Dr. Gilliam said, quote, in this case, someone made the decision to contact the officer instead of a guidance counselor, social worker, or school psychologist. The children were seen as an offense instead of clearly needing support. I agree with what he says there, but still, child psychologists, I'm kind of like, I don't know about child psychologists. But he makes a good point there. Dr. Gilliam studied implicit bias in preschool programs across the country and found that teachers expected more challenging behavior from black children than white children. That could be true. Really, it could. Black preschoolers were more than 3 times as likely to get suspended, he concluded. Now, I believe that. I'm going to tell you why. When I was in the Army, I would go into department stores or whatever with, I would have a black soldier. You're friends with each other. You're soldiers. You serve together. And I'd go out to a department store with, one or more black soldiers, and we'd walk into a store and start looking at clothes. And I would notice, it's physically noticeable, how the tellers would see me and say, hi. And then look over at my buddies, black soldiers, and kind of go, you know what they're watching? To see if they're going to steal anything. He didn't go over and say hi to them, but he'd see me and go, how you doing? More than one occasion that happened to me, and I started to feel uncomfortable, like, why the fuck? Because I got it. Okay, and that's a true story, by the way. I saw that some of my black friends in the Army, when we'd go out in town and go into like a department store somewhere or shopping, I physically noticed it by sight that they were treated differently. I thought, they're not going to steal anything. What the fuck are you? Anyway, so I believe that, yes, black children are probably treated differently in school than white children. I believe that. I know. I'm saying this because I know some of you are going to go, race. He's pulling race card. No, it's just for some reason. I guess I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe I'm trying to get into the psychology of this. Why? Why is it that way? I don't know. Do you guys anybody out there have an opinion on why it's that way? When children are removed from school in early elementary years, they tend to have a bad experience with the school after that, Dr. Gilliam said. Dr. Gilliam added, the whole purpose of schools are to help children, and if we kick out the children who need the help, why are we here in the first place? And there you go. Why are schools here if we're not trying to help? And why are school resource officers there? Because they're cops. And if you break the law at school, your ass is going to juvie. I'm a cop boy, girl, and I'm here at the school. I'm like Jack Palance. Yes. That was a bad Jack Palance. But some of you are like, Jack who? Some of you older folks know what I'm talking about. But that's who these school resource officers are. And this Dennis Turner arresting 2 small kids for fighting at school, misdemeanor battery charges. Are you out of your freaking mind? But he will end up a cop somewhere else. Oh, yeah, or a security guard. He'll either be a security guard somewhere where he can assault people, have a firearm on his side. He'll be like a level 3 security guard. Or he'll be a cop somewhere else, maybe a reserve cop in some other department, in some other area, or maybe even some other state. Maybe he'll go from Florida to Texas. He'd fit right in Texas, wouldn't he? He sure would. Or maybe Arizona. If he went to Glendale or Phoenix, man, this guy would be a hero right now. Thank you guys for watching. This is Community Leo Watch, letting you know what's going on with Leos across your nation, and particularly Orlando, Florida. I'm putting the whole story in a link in the description box below. Happy Tuesday. Gotta run. And thank you for watching.